Yeah, we now have a question from the audience. Let's listen to Sister Arnold Noel, peace advocate and board member of Balay Rehabilitation Center. Sister, thank
Good
you for joining
evening.
us. Good evening.
As peace advocates and civil society, what can we do to help so that the BBL that will be passed will be something that will be approved by the people in the Bangsamoro state as well as by our legislators? Civil society has been watching this one since the very beginning. So we have been very, very much interested even from the time of the Jabida massacre. We've been watching this one and really looking at it. And we have seen how both government and the MILF have really tried to work together that it will come out. Now, at this very point, this is very important point, how can civil society help so that we really get a bill that is really acceptable and that will really bring peace in Mindanao?
Okay. Who'd like to answer? Congressman?
Well, the part of the House, Sister Arnold, your visit and your letters to the congressman to be present. That's number one. To be in the to be counted in the quorum, and your appeal to them that after the quorum they stay for the next 4 hours, because they disappear after 1.5 hours, and then the opponent. They stay for the next 4 hours because they disappear after 1.5 hours. And then the opponent of the BBL will stand up and say, are there warm bodies here? That's already called for the quorum, and it ends like that. So you can certainly help the civil society. You have your congressmen, district representatives decide on this, whether in favor or not. So that I echo, therefore, the request of the speaker, Speaker Belmonte, for each one to attend and be there until we finish all the interpellations. And then if they're against the bill, vote against the bill. And for those who are in favor, then they should be able to pass this legislation.
So I guess the best way to crack the whip, or the best people who can crack the whip on the lawmakers are the constituents and the voters. Ayan, check attendance. Okay, well, we don't have enough time, so we just have a few moments for final words. Let me go first to Senator Bongbong Marcos. Senator, may I ask you, what is the way forward, or how is the way forward for the BBL as far as the Senate is concerned?
Well, I believe the way forward is now to allow the legislative process to continue. It is upon the discretion of our leaderships, both in the House and in the Senate, to, if they would like to undertake different protocol, different procedures, have sessions in the morning, have extra session days. That is up to them. But again, it is now the process of of legislation, and that is what we have to pay attention to, and that is how we will have to proceed. To answer what can ordinary citizens do, I believe that make your feelings known to your representatives, both the congressmen and the senators. Tell them what you think. Tell us what you think of what we have done. Tell us what you think should be changed. Tell us what you think is wrong, is right with the bills or the points that we are raising. This is terribly important to us, and we need to hear from everyone so as to guide us in what we are doing in that legislative process.
Thank you, Senator. Professor Ferrer, what's the way forward, or how should we proceed from here?
It's very important, really, that the public is on board here. And that is why we do need the help of everybody, especially informed members of civil society organizations, to explain correct all the misinformation that have surfaced. You know, there are a lot of wrong information that came about because of the process where the BBL, the peace negotiations, were demonized in the aftermath of Mama Sapano. So we do need your help to clarify. There's only one single police. It's not a separate police. The amounts that will go to the Bangsamoro government is not excessive. It is just right to be able to equalize, to bring about social justice and equity, and all the other information that do need to be straightened out. Because at the end of the day, this is about having that kind of understanding, greater understanding of the broader majority to what we want to achieve. That kind of support that for the aspirations of a minority segment of the population. I think it was said that even though it was a negotiations only with the MILF, what we're trying to put in place is not just for the MILF. But for the population that has shared that kind of feelings of alienation, and we now want to correct that and be able to coexist harmoniously once again as one nation.
Thank you, Professor. Professor Linga?
Oh, probably it's very important, sister, that you have to continue with what you are doing. Uh, we believe that through your efforts, we can pass a BBL. A BBL not only passing a BBL that will be passed, but a BBL which will conform with this letter and spirit of the comprehensive agreement to the Bangsamoro. That's very important.
Thank you, Professor. Mr. Miklat, the way forward?
Well, we in civil societies never say never. There's
Of course.
never say never, and we will continue our accompaniment of this process. And we welcome the statement of the senator who says that let our legislator let us feel what you feel. And I hope the senator will give us some time to meet us, and so we could engage with him. He did give us some time in Davao when we met with him. Of course, Congressman Rodriguez also gave us some time, and we will continue to seek more time. Hopefully, not only is it in the legislative process, it is while it is there, the people doesn't mean that they're out of the ball game. We have to be there, accompany the process, perhaps propose whatever amendments. I just gave the congressman now the lobby paper of the all-out peace.
That's the first step.
That's the first step.
Oo.
We did give it to all the members of the House of Representatives, also of the Senate, and I think that's the only way forward, not to give up. And then we will. The House of Representatives, also the Senate, and I think that's the only way forward, not to give up. And then we will not give up until even up to the BICA, and we hope and feel and dream that indeed a BBL as a BBL that would be reflective of the aspiration and dreams of the Bangsamoro and of this nation would be born.
Very well said. Thank you very much, Mr. Miklat, Congressman Rufus Rodriguez, Professor Ferrer, Professor Linga, and at the Senate, Senator Marcos. Thank you very much for joining us, to our audience. And that's the show. I'm Lynda Jumilla. This is Peace and Justice Beyond BBL. Thank you for watching.